Hold up. You mean to tell me these people kidnapped y'all, right? And then let y'all vote to leave. Then dropped y'all off at home. They like, bruh, get up out of here. What are you doing? Are you drunk? Are you high?
Yeah, all the hard work that I put in, I'ma make sure that it pay off. On the clock working like all day. Baby, I ain't taking no days off. Always felt like a misfit, so it makes sense when I straight off. Made me a plan and took discipline. I took me a chance and I took off. Play weak when you strong in all the war. Gotta bet on yourself if you want more. All this hustle, what a nigga need luck for. I'ma shine for them nights that I hurt for. Just to ride this wave near the surfboard. I'ma kill 'em with success cause it hurt more. If you got it out the mud then it's worth more. Chasing bags at the state like I'm on tour. Get that money train coming and I'm on board. Had to make it through the rain when it starts storming.
Squid Games, as I'm sure most of you know, is a new show on Netflix and everybody's like raving about it. It's super hyped up. So I was like, you know what? Let me watch it. I mean, what else am I gonna watch, you know? So everybody say it's like Hunger Games, right? I don't really get that vibe because with Hunger Games, everybody was born into these different districts. They had no control over which level they were on or what you're born into. Kind of like in real life, you have no control over like what family you're born into. Cut to Squid Games, totally different concepts. But with the comparison, I can see what they mean because it's a game being played and people are dying and it's being limited and narrowed down to one person, one winner in the end, and you win this big grand prize, which is money. Was the Hunger Games, did they win money? I know in the Hunger Games they pretty much like won. It's kind of like comparison to what American Idol used to be probably like 10-12 years ago. It's like you win a bunch of fame and kind of like sponsorships because everybody's like wanting to deal with you and everybody's wanting to be around you, or you're like most popular. The Squid Games, what they win is money. I believe the total came up to like 38 million in USD, but it's like billions in the Korean currency that they're using. So anyways, big difference there. So it's super hyped. So I was like, let me just watch it and see what it's all about. So there are like a few main characters. You got the main character, which is the guy you'll see as soon as the episodes start, which is, he's number 456, I believe. Let me pull up my phone so I can just kind of have notes and stuff to go by. When they originally start with this Squid Game, they're like scouted out by this guy that was like, do you want to play a game? And they're like, what's going on? What you mean, do I want to play a game? And he like, shoot, I'll give you either this money if you win this little game we play, or if you lose, I can smack you. So that's how all the scouting took place. He does this with hundreds of people. They ended up gathering 456 people to participate in the Squid Game. So the main character was the last guy to be like scouted. That's why his number is 456. He is the last person in the first original game. We'll talk about that later, about the first original game. But anyways, and then you have a guy that he grew up with that was like this super prestigious guy. He graduated from a prestigious university. His number is 218. And then you have a young troubled woman, and she is number 67, and she's like super badass, doesn't take no mess from nobody. She's, you know those type of women that have like been through some things and they're just like, no, don't talk to me, I don't trust y'all, and I can take care of myself and I can protect myself. That's what she is. We have the old man, which is my favorite. He's number 1. He was the first to be recruited. Let me see. Ali. I love Ali. He is number 199. He is from Pakistan, and he's such a genuine person. He has such a genuine character, and I just love him throughout the show. He's just, I don't know, you can just tell, those people that are like almost genuine to a fault. That's who Ali was in the episodes. And we have 212, this lady is off the hook, y'all. 212, she is crazy. She'll like say or do anything to get her way. She is nuts. 212, watch out for her. I wouldn't even want to deal with 212. She is something else. Those are the main characters, like on the good team. So the game starts, right? It's 456 people. They started off, and the first game they play is red light, green light, and they're all just in there. They're chilling. They think stuff is sweet, right? Yo, they get up in this game. They get to playing red light, green light. They weren't even cheating. Like, you know how red light, green light is like green light, and you run as fast as you can. But soon as they say red light, you cannot move an inch. Like, I'm talking, you can barely, like, you damn near can't even blink. But even if you was to, like, red light, and then you like, oh, shoot, and you, like, kind of trying to slow down because you're just running so fast, boom, you're getting shot. That's when everybody knew, like, it was real. What's going on? They're really killing people. They're shooting people. So that's when the first game comes in. There's a whole second time that they bring the characters back because everybody went to a vote. There was a rule. So there was a clause in what they signed when they got there, because everybody signed, you know, made sure that they were agreeing to play this game. So in the clause that they signed, it said if the majority of the players in the whole entire game wanted to stop the game, then they could stop the game. The first game, it was 456, and then everybody went up for a vote after the red light, green light game, and they were like, oh, we cannot do this. This is crazy. So everybody went up for a vote, and then majority of them wanted to leave. So they actually dropped them all back off at home, blah, blah, blah. Let them leave the game. And then they called them back. They hit them back up. But you know what? Before they hit them back up, our main character, 456, he's like super just, he's so extra and just out there, and he's animated. He just take his little animated self to the police station. He's like, you guys, it's this game that's going on. It's called the Squid Games. They're killing people. And then they let us go. And then we were supposed to get a whole bunch of money. And they're like, hold up. You mean to tell me these people kidnapped y'all, right? And then let y'all vote to leave. Then dropped y'all off at home. They like, bruh, get up out of here. What are you doing? Are you drunk? Are you high? So they sent this fool away. But then they ended up asking everybody again, like, for the people that do want to play the game for the money that they're offering, then they can still play the game. So they got probably about, what, like 200 some people to come back. And all of these people that are playing in the game, they're like in debt. This is another difference from Hunger Games, because these people that are playing in a Squid Game pretty much put themselves in this situation instead of being born into a situation, which is like what's going on in Hunger Games. So these people, like, they got themselves in like hella debt. They owe the bank. They owe loan sharks. This one guy is like, was a stockbroker. He owes everybody like millions of dollars, if not billions. I think it was billions in the Korean currency, of course. So they pretty much are super desperate. So once they got dropped back off at home, they were kind of reminded of like, I don't really have anything here. I don't have nothing to even live for out here in the real world. So they were like, you know what, sign me up. I do want to come back, blah, blah, blah. They reached back out to them. Like 200 some people came to play. Boom. And this is where the game really gets started. So the second game is when they play with that little candy piece, and I'm gonna have it pop up on the screen. So it's this like round circle of sugar, and it's like an imprint. Like, say you take a little cookie cutter and you imprint into the sugar. So this game, they all get assigned a shape. I believe it's a circle, a triangle, a star, and an umbrella. So the real smart guy that the main character knows, the 218, he, the stockbroker that owes all the money, they now have a team that they're all on. And this guy knew exactly what game they were about to play, and he didn't even tell the people, like, he didn't even tell his homeboy 456 what was going on. He like, bro, do you know what this game is? Can you tell? Do you see any hints? And he like, no. Bruh. So he literally says no, he doesn't know what the game is. And the main character, 456, picks the hardest shape he could have picked ever, period, on Earth. So the 218 is the little slick, slimy dude. And nobody really finds that out until the end. But anyways, 218 is slick. He's slimy as hell. So dude picks Umbrella. He gotta take a needle to a piece of sugar and pretty much cut out this umbrella with a needle, like scratching it, trying to get it out with a needle. It's crazy, y'all. It's so crazy. He barely makes it. This game that they're playing in the show is pretty much kind of like, I feel like, a reflection on life. I'm not going to explain every episode, but I am going to explain like how I feel about it, if it's worth the hype, all that good stuff. But I personally feel like this show, this game, is kind of a reflection of life, because I mean, by the end of our lifetimes, what do we want to get? We all want to gain some sort of like wealth, some sort of comfortability for our families, some way not only to pay off all our debts, but you know, just to live comfortably. So I feel like the whole goal of this game is pretty much the goal in life. And I also feel like you're going to deal with people that you think are your friends. You're going to deal with a bunch of people that you never even thought to be your friend, and they end up being more genuine and more helpful to you than people that you've been knowing since the beginning, which is kind of what happened with player 218. Like, this dude, they literally grew up with each other outside of the game. They grew up as, they knew each other as kids, all that, and in the end, when it came down to it, this dude was one of the slimiest ones, because it's the ones that are like close to you that you don't really like. They're too close up to your face. You can't really, you know, see who they really are, the whole them, because they're just too close to you. That's just a little lesson in life. You know, sometimes you gotta back up, take a step back, kind of analyze and see like who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with, and then you can make decisions based off that. But if people are just so close to you in proximity in your life, and just, you know, in a friendship, if they're too close to where you can't really see what's going on, you need to like readjust, realign, and kind of take a step back. But anyways, yes, I give this show a 5. I give it a thumbs up, honestly, because it's just, I like when shows or movies tell a story of real life, and it can be, you know, taken into the perspective as like really teaching you a lesson, kind of like those fables when we were younger that we used to read, and they will always teach you a lesson at the end. This is what I feel like this show did. I'm not gonna tell all the episodes. I do want y'all to watch it. I do want y'all to take like little tidbits of information from the game, from the show, and kind of see how you can apply it to your life. So yes, that's all I want to say. It is worth the hype to me, in my opinion. You learn a lot, even as like the younger audience watching. You know, kids more so learn better when things aren't as like clear cut and just said to them. Sometimes they learn from like storytelling or movies or reading. It's almost like kids need a puzzle to work through before they understand like the message in the end. So I feel like this is a good show for younger people, even older people, because, you know, the older you are, the more you are set in your ways as well. So I feel like it is worth the hype. I feel like you guys should see it. It's 9 episodes. They're so good from start to end. They're funny, they're sad, they'll make you mad, they'll make you yell at the TV. So yeah, I feel like you guys should definitely see it. I give it a 5. I give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.